defensively, was it looked like you guys did some good things this past Saturday, but you guys would score, then they would come right back and score. Was that just kind of frustrating the way the game unfolded there?
Yes, sir. Definitely from the defensive standpoint. Like when our offense gets some momentum going, we want to shut down theirs momentum, and we weren't able to do that. So that was a little frustrating. But yeah, so I agree with that one.
One of the leaders on this team, what's kind of been your role? I kind of asked the same thing to Brylan after the game. Just all the leaders, this week in practice, as you guys are trying to bounce back and get this thing turned.
Just trying to remind everybody to keep their head down and work. Not everything gonna go our way, but just gotta show up and the same effort, the same thing we signed up for day one. Just gotta keep it going, no matter the circumstances or how things look.
Coach, just Coach talked about guys, the defense being a little bit better on first down, getting teams maybe behind the chains or getting them in second and long, third and long situations. How does that look like from an on-field perspective? I know obviously you don't call the plays and that, but from a player's perspective, rally into the ball, what is being better on first down specifically?
Standing in our gaps and being disciplined and that, just trusting each other, making sure that we just do our job and just trusting that the person next to us do theirs. And then once we get to the play, just make the play when it come our way.
Aaron, you guys have had a chance now with this current group on the O-line to play together 2 straight weeks. Kind of take me through, how much that's helped and just trying to get the continuity down.
Yeah, it's helped that you've had the same guys play together and get those reps together. But at the end of the day, we got to be better as a unit and put this team in the best position to win. We got to have execute across the board and just be better as a unit.
Has it just been a lack of execution? Has it been bailing on technique? Has it been just kind of take me through what's been the struggle for the unit up front here so far?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we've got to do our job and we got to do it at a high level. We got to trust the technique that we've been taught. We got to know our assignment, and you can't be hesitant. We got to be able to play fast and play physical as a unit and be better at that.
Is there a level of hesitancy in terms of some of the guys, especially with the injuries and the position switches?
Not necessarily. I just think as a unit, you've got to play fast. You can't get caught in thinking when looks change or defensive fronts change. You got to know your job, roll off the ball, and be ready to play football and figure out and block your guys. So not a hesitancy, just not as efficient as we have seen and we have been in the past, and we've got to get that back to where we've been.
Some changes at the tackle spots too. Is that just guys playing at different spots? Is that kind of fed into some of that, what you're talking about?
I think they've done a good job of having to make that change. I know I've had to change positions mid-game, and it's tough, and sometimes it's different. You get playing in a little bit more space at tackle. But I think that they've done a good job, and they're getting better each week at playing 2 weeks at tackle from moving to guard. So that's just something that they're working hard and they're getting better at. So really proud of how they've been able to grow and accept that challenge.
What do you like about you being Bursch?
I think he's a really good player. I think he prepares, he does his job, he knows his job, and he tries to execute it at a high level. And it's just he makes it easy playing beside him and helping me out on double teams, and I think he's done a really good job.
What did the injury to Ethan Vasco do for you guys on Saturday? You watched the game. He's out there. He's running the ball. He's jumping up, celebrating. He's really vocal. At least on Saturday he was. So from the perspective of not 100%, him being 100%, going into this upcoming week, what does that do for you from a center perspective as far as getting the team motivated for?
I think the big thing is you've got 2 young quarterbacks. You got to make sure they're comfortable. As an offensive line, we've got a big challenge of protecting those guys, and no matter who's in the game, we've got to make sure that they're comfortable and they can lean on us as an offensive line to run the ball, or they know, hey, I'm going to have time in the pocket to be able to sit in there and not get jittery and move around. But we've got to do that as a unit and be able to play at a high level so that they can sit in the pocket and trust their technique and what they're coached to do and play confident.
Is that difficult because they're a little bit different players? Vasco is different from Merdinger. Merdinger obviously a little bit different from Houck. Does that change kind of from whoever's in on a play-to-play game or drive-to-drive basis?
No, I think all 3 of them do a really good job of knowing their knowing their job at the quarterback position. It's just on us as a quarterback or as an offensive line. No matter who's back there at quarterback, we got to protect them and play our game at a high level.
Joseph, when you look at Old Dominion, I mean, incredibly efficient in the red zone, scoring a lot of points. Coach talked about their quarterback. What have you seen from them so far, and what's the mentality of this defense coming into this game?
What I seen from them, they got some really good running backs, and the quarterback, like Coach Tower talked about, is very good. So really from the front seven, just stop the running backs and fit the run, and then just stress it out. DB is gonna cover the receivers.
How different are they when you look at them from other teams you've seen, or do they remind you of anyone that you've seen up to this point?
I'd say a little bit more explosive than the running backs we played last week. One of them got hurt during the game, so we didn't see too much from one of them. But I'd say they're a little bit more explosive from the running back position. O-line pretty good also, so.